The first time, like the game changed for me. This opportunity Fivers gave me. Also, someone who can not have private capital for trading can have an opportunity on the market and can live by the trading skills.
We're the perfect person for this. I mean, it's people like you that we're doing this for. Being able to, you don't have the capital yourself, but you're able to take your trading skills into the market and get those payouts. All right, welcome everyone to the Fivers YouTube channel for yet another trader interview with a funded trader. Today we're going to talk with Davide. He's a trader from Italy. He's funded with a 40K hyper growth account and had multiple payouts. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Very fine, Jonathan. Hello, everybody. I am very excited to be in here with you and spend some time talking about trade and chart and my trading journey. So.
Awesome. Yeah, and it's super excited to have you here, and thank you for doing the interview. Maybe we can begin with you giving us an introduction to your trading career. When did you start trading, and who are you as a trader?
Yes, of course. So my trading journey starts around 2018, and in those time I did not have so much knowledge, but I felt in love with this work. I start to passionate me to the crypto world, and I start to put my first trade on crypto future without really having almost no knowledge on, only some mentor on YouTube that I found in those time. And sure, I start to losing money because I did not have the experience and all the knowledge I have today. And this is I will start my trading travels.
Right. So you started 7 years ago, give or take 7 years. You started with crypto.
Yes.
It's the same for me, actually. I started in 2017. I started trading the crypto markets as well. What made you go from crypto into the forex market?
Yeah, so after this, the first experience, I get a school. I start a school. In those time, I lived in Spain, and there was official institute for trade and for markets operator. And there we start to approach on the classic market like forex, commodity, index. And then I switched my focus on the classic markets.
All right.
Most of them on forex, and actually right now is the markets where I feel me more comfortable for do my operativity.
And what would you say, what type of trader are you? Would you say you're a swing trader, a day trader, or how would you
Yes, I could say swing trader, but not traditional swing trader. So right now my method I could call price action. I like call price action naked actually.
Okay, so how long do you hold positions?
Sometimes I can hold some hours, some days, depends. Every trade for me is unique. I don't stay in the game like in default mode or in kind of automatic system. For me, every trade is singular, we could say.
Okay, so you said not really following in a specific system. Would you say that you're a discretionary trader? You kind of look at it and
exactly.
Right, and you hold for hours to days. So it kind of seems like you're this type of maybe a day trader or swing trader, kind of like someone in between,
yes,
right?
in between, exactly.
And when it comes to the way you're trading, like we can use technicals or fundamentals. Would you say that you're looking at technicals or fundamentals or one of or a mix?
A mix, actually a mix of them. So I start my trade program for the weeks in the weekend when the markets are not moving and you don't have any rumors, we could say, that can move your focus. You have less chance to fall in some kind of market traps also. No? And I start with weekly chart for try to make a plan for what I would like to see then in the next week. This is how we could say how I start the approach to the week, to the trade week.
Right, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I also like to plan my trading on the weekend. I'm also a swing trader or some in between, and I feel like it's a good way when the markets are closed and there's a calm
actually.
over the market.
Yes.
I really do like that time on the weekend when you can like plan your trades and everything. So when you've done your weekend planning, right? You
Yeah.
said you kind of use a mix between technicals and fundamentals.
Yes.
Do you look at the fundamentals during the weekend when you're doing the planning?
Yeah, I look more the supply and demand area. This for me, I call them the key levels where the most of the interests are, basically. I I don't look like the technical analysis, all the support, all the resistance, but where the price I could show that in the past did a strong reaction, no? And those for me are the interest areas, we could say.
All right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Looking at horizontal support and resistance, like key levels, very important, obviously. Maybe we can look at your dashboard, the
Of
Fivers
course.
dashboard. Maybe look at
Of,
your account if you can share your
yes, of
screen.
course. Here it is. So
All
this
right,
is
there it
my.
is. I saw that you had the
Yeah.
payouts up there. You know what? Let's go
Oh,
straight to the payouts. Let's see.
we start with the payout.
Yeah, let's look at the payouts.
Okay.
Everyone wants to know. All right, look at that. Total
Yes.
payouts. We got 9,752. That's great.
Yes,
So
of course.
let me ask you this. Wow, nice. You
These
got a
are
lot of
all of them.
beautiful. So let me ask you this. What was that feeling when when you had that first payout? Like you're trading, you're putting a couple of lines on the chart and you're able to make money by just, following these levels. And what was that feeling when you had that first payout?
So this for me, Jonathan, I be honest, felt for me the first time like the game changed for me. So this opportunity Fivers gave me, I feel like really good. So that also someone who can not have capital for private capital for trading can have an opportunity on the market and can live by the trading skills.
Yeah, I love
And
that. I mean, you're the perfect person for this. I mean, it's people like you that we're doing this for, being able to, you don't have the capital yourself, but you're able to take your trading skills into the market and get those payouts while utilizing our capital. So I think that's a fantastic opportunity, definitely. Right. Okay. So let's look at your program. Look at the dashboard
yes,
and the progress of your funded account. Okay. So here we go. That's the
that's
hybrid growth right there. That's a good
exactly.
looking equity curve. I like that. That looks very good.
Yes, and I almost passed it, so I need like $80 more, and I could pass it for the next time, for the next step. And actually, is what I'm focused on.
Nice.
So what I would like is escalated more much as possible the steps of fibers for get more capital. And this, if you want to take a look about the statistics, is I
Wow,
think
that's
is
very
yes.
good. You're at like almost 79% win rate. You get a profit factor of 1.51. I would love to, I don't have the risk to reward right here, but I would love to know like the average risk to reward. But all in all, what I see here is a very disciplined trader. I would love to, and I think the audience, the viewers would really love to see the way you're trading as well. But looking at this equity curve right here, what I see is consistency, right? And a way for you to take many small winners and you stack that and put on top of each other and compound it in a very disciplined way. Yeah, I love what I'm seeing. It's a good number as well. 76 trades with that win rate. Very impressive. Now, what I need to know,
Yeah.
how are you getting these statistics? We got to look at the charts. You have to show us the setups now because
So,
everyone wants to.
of course, Jonathan, we could pass on trading view. I prepare for you some setups. So the
Nice.
because basically I like more. So I'm a trader with not so much setups. Basically, I have four setups. Basically, only four set. So my philosophy, we could say, less is more. No, it's like I'm trying to keep something very hard and something very technical and difficult, like trading, as more easy as possible. No, And so, for example, right here, I had a good deal on Australian dollar against dollar, American dollar. And so right there, like I told you, if we start from the weekly chart, me I like call the big picture. No, we could, let me see if I found. Sorry, yes, for sure. When you take a big picture, so I delayed some level I don't need now for explain. So in this moment, this was before the Trump election, and I did, I think, a very good trade. And this is what I told you, know, when I open the chart, the weekly chart, I start to look on the very high interest level we could see. And in this moment, the Australian dollar was like in a kind of lateral movement, no? And for this, what I put focus on, sure, this area of supply and this area of demand. Then inside was another area like this where the price did most of the time is like a very good floor, we could say, no? And what happened here in the weekly was the price make this tail bar, I call, very, very strong. And so then if we go a little bit more in the details in the daily, you could see here that also in the daily did this I call pin bar, was did like fake movements, fake bearish movements down. Maybe and probably a lot of traders unfortunately get this like a bearish signal and then suddenly recovery all the level with a lot of power. And this what I really like to trade in the markets. So for me are like lies of the markets and where the markets take the most of the liquidity for them make good moving. And this is what I did. So I wait for the close of the daily and the next day I put on the max break buy stop order with a stop loss just some pips under the pattern. And for the target, normally I do like this. I take the Fibonacci extension and I extended my trigger like this. And most of the time I try to get the 261,80. This I like to call target 2. So we have target 161, and a target 2. And in this case, like here and also in the past, I have like a resistance area. I put my target a little bit under my target 2, my hypothetical target 2, for generate quite good risk rewards 1.4. I know it's not so extreme. Some traders can trade like 1 to 10 for risk rewards, but for me, I feel me very comfortable trading like this. And in a long term, I saw give me result. And for now, I think is my way. So I think I found my way like this with this balance of risk rewards.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have a win rate that's basically you have almost an 80% win rate. So if you have a risk to reward that is above one, that's actually very good because what I see is people that have like 80% win rate, they're usually scalpers and they have negative risk to reward. So they have below one risk to reward. The setup that you showed us here, very interesting in a bit more detailed breakdown on this. So this is on the daily, right?
Yeah,
Do you go lower
exactly.
than the daily time frame?
Sometimes, yes. And if I can only, because I forgot one thing, this also was how the trade starts. So with this risk reward, sometimes, for example, here, if the always look in the daily, the price give me a good swing like here and close on my AM 21 period, I also can follow the price with a trailing stop and in and maybe put me a little bit more than a break even. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then is almost can be only positive the risk rewards, no? And most of the time, I really like also trading like this. For this in the starts, you say every trade is unique in the world. So for let back to your question, sometimes yes, I go also more down on the 4 hours. For example, if a trade did not start like I want, and I I try to have an approach like set and forget. So if I decide to follow the trade on a 5 hours chart, I try to see every 4 hours closing. So I try to don't look the price for don't take bad decision made by emotion. And this maybe is the most difficult part in the trading, handle the emotion. Because in the end, the markets are feeding by the human emotion, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're gonna go into trading psychology in just a bit, but I really want to know more about this particular setup right here. So, you started on the weekly, and
Yes,
on the weekly you marked out like the lows and the highs, and then
yes,
you saw on the daily you saw that candle with the big wick, right? And that was your
exactly.
signal to say that
This is one
buy.
of my signal. Exactly. This is one of. And this, if you see, as a very, very big shadow, and this shadow break all the old minimum. All this area, in my opinion, is in this time, sure, because then the price change and the interest change, but all this, sorry, all this area was positioned a lot of stop loss, and in if we see until here, if we see this, my trigger break all this area and return back with very high power, and this for me is a clear sign of takeoff liquidity, and is something that I feel me very comfortable to trade on. And so actually is not the only one setup I have, but is maybe the I like more, we could say.
And how many trades do you take in like a week?
This I don't have a specific number. Could be one, could be three. I think more than three is very hard for me to take more than three trade weekly in general. Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
because
great.
basically when somebody work on high time frame, maybe does not do so much trade like a scalper or somebody who work on 15 minutes. A lot of people I saw work on 15 minutes, for example.
All right,
In
yeah, that
the
makes a lot of sense. Do you what pairs do you trade? Do you trade many pairs, or do you have any favorite pairs to trade?
So I trade all the majors pairs forex, because also another kind of confirmation, we could say, I had from the other pairs of forex, because so forex is my favorite markets for this, because has very strong correlation between all the pairs. And if we could say, simplify, when the American dollar is strong more or less on all of them, and the same to the reverse. And this give me more confirmation. So, for example, if we think about pairs like euro dollar and British pound dollar, they are almost, especially in the last years, they are almost the same. The same when we think about Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar, almost the same. If we take the charts of them, we can see almost the same movement of the price. And very beautiful, for example, if one sometimes, not very often, between one of them start decorrelation, is very interesting. For my opinion, go on the cross. For example, if I see the Australian dollar in a very strong bullish moment, and the New Zealand dollar go in a very bearish moment, we could try to get some chance, good chance, good trade on Australia, New Zealand, for example, in this case. And this
Right,
is
so
something that
you're working with correlations as well. So you're looking at like
exactly,
correlated pairs, and if they're all moving together, that adds to the idea, adds confirmation.
exactly. And in the moment when they are not moving together, I go on the cross of them.
Would you say that you are a range trader or a trend following trader? Because what I see here
So
is someone
yes,
that is, yeah.
yes, this is more a trade made on range, like you say, correct. But normally I like more the trend following. And for example, I could show you some other example. Also for show you another setup of mine. I prepared something on the British pound, for example, and was here. So this kind of pattern I call double minimum higher close, like I brought here. And here we are in a clear bullish momentum of the British pound. And so my charts, like you see, are very clean. In the past, I used the volume, the Bollinger Bands, a lot of all the support and resistant market. And now I have only this EMA of 21 period, and especially when I work in trend following optic, help me for give me another more confirmation, we could say. And for example, here, if we see the price did like a swing, go a little bit under my EMA of 21 period, and then the next day close. I move like this for see better. Close with this bullish candle, and this is what I call double minimum higher close. In this case, I can trade in two ways. The one I like more is put order, like a buy limit in this case, a little bit more than the 50% of my pattern. So like more or less here in this case, or get a better entry on the market. And for
Right, yeah, that
example,
makes sense.
there,
You're looking, you get the confirmation, but then you're kind of looking for price to go a little bit lower again to get a better fill. Yeah.
exactly, for get filled and also for get a better entry, we could say on the market. And like in this case, like before, I put some pips under my trigger. In this case, my trigger is made by two candles, so the bearish candle and then the recovery. But in the end, if we see, is the same of the candle I show you on the Australian dollar, but made in two candles. Because in the end, what we see here is strong recovery of the price in a trend following. And so here the same. I if I put my extension of Fibonacci level and I take all the setup like this, like we see, the 261 is right then where the price start to have some stop before break again. For break again, this level needed another swing, another swing. And in this case, I like before, I put a little bit less than my target two, and for generate risk rewards 1 to 2 more or less. And this also was quite good trade.
Yeah,
And
I
also,
really like that. So what you're doing here is you've showed us a range trading strategy and now a trend following strategy, and it's clear that you are a discretionary trader. Now, trading discretionary is probably one of the most difficult ways to trade because you're not following a specific system. So you have to like there's a lot of emotions and a lot of trading psychology in place. So what would you say is your like biggest struggles when it comes to trading psychology and how do you deal with not trading on emotions?
so this sure is something, like you say, very hard, maybe the hardest part. And so basically, I think the experience help a lot in this way. Like I say, I try to take a deal on big chart on big time frame for because there the market does not move so fast like if we go in a 5 minutes. And moving like this slow let you like in a position to take decision with more calm, and you can think about more what you're doing. And also I try to don't go on the chart every 50 minutes, every hour, for see how it is, because in the end, after almost 8 years, I know that is the markets in the end are full of trap, and they fit by the psychologists, the human psychologists. And I think in this way, the philosophy about set and forget is the most important part that can help somebody to take this kind of approach to the market.
Yeah, that's really good. There's a lot to unpack here, but I think you said a couple of things that I believe is very important. So first of all, you seem to be the type of person that you like to take decisions slowly. You like to
Yes.
like see how the trade develops, and I'm just the same. You know, I've tried day trading, I've tried scalping, and things move too quickly, and there's too much emotions, there's too much adrenaline, and I make these, you know, impulsive decisions. And so I found that for me, I'm a swing trader because that's my personality, right? And you also said, you know, you need experience to be able to deal with the issues that arise from the psychological point of view from trading. So very good points here, very good points. I feel like take the time, you know, get that experience, and that will help you. And also make sure that you really understand what type of trader you are. When I'm seeing your charts here, all I want to do is just trade. All I want to do is go out to the market, start analyzing, look for swing trades, because I feel like this really resonates a lot with me, the way I'm trading, and hopefully a lot of viewers as well. And you know, if you like this type of trading, if you feel like, yeah, that looks like something that I want to be doing, then you should be doing that. You should be focused on swing trading, focus on the high time frames. And we have now seen that even as a swing trader, you can still get extremely good results that looks like almost a scalper. So really, really impressed with the way you're trading and presenting your setups here. I have one final question here.
Yeah, of course.
Do you have any tips to new traders that are looking to start trading or looking to get their first account and they want to become funded?
Yes, of course. So I could say to try to focus on escalated steps level with put focus only gain money, but more to try to escalate steps with the fibers, and I could say to them that to try to take it with more calm as possible. And I think I know also, for example, if we take a look right now on YouTube, on social media, there's a lot of strategy to try to get one and work with the one they feel good for them without changing so much. Because, for example, this was one of my worst wrong in the past. You know, I try really a lot of strategy. I pass me also for scalping trading, and with very bad results. That I don't want to say that is not a valid method, but when they finally get their method, to trust in the method, trust in the process, and be patient with the market, and the result will arrive.
All right, I love that. That's a really, really good answer. Thank you for joining us here today and doing the interview.
Thank you, you too.
Really great interview. And you're only $80 away from passing this account. And
yes.
So a lot of people, they get to that level and it's like the account just starts going down because they get nervous and they start making mistakes. So keep it simple. You know, if you need to, you know, take a step back, take a break, and just make sure that you're not trading based on that stress. Because I've made that mistake so many times. You're about to pass the challenge or scale the account, and then you just start dropping in the equity curve. I would love to see you pass this account, and then you'll come back. We'll do another interview, and we'll talk about that. All right?
Of course, I will love it. So thank you for your invitation, and I wish to every trader a good trading.
Great, thank you. And for those watching, make sure that you do hit that like and subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comment if there's any type of video you want to see, or if you have any questions to David about his trading strategy. All right, take care, everyone, and see you guys in the next one.
Thank you. See you soon. Ciao, Jonathan.
Take care.